Well, if you really want to change your life, you really have to say it out loud to yourself and to others. You can't just keep it inside your head. You have to actually talk about it. So this is part of my theory of coaching, and part of what I do in coaching with clients is ask them to tell me their life story, and then when they tell me it 2 or 3 times, and usually there's slight differences, but there are essential themes that are there in any life story. People are in coaching because they want to make some kind of change. So there's something different that they want from their life story. But changing your life story is risky because you've created this story and you identify with it. It comprises your identity to a great extent, the story that you've developed, you know, as an adult about yourself. This is who I am, this is what I did, this is why I did it, this is what I do now. And so it has so much identity, your identity is so much bound up in that story that you've been telling and telling and telling to yourself and to others. It's kind of scary to say, gee, you know, I'm going to let go of that story to try to have a slightly different story, to try to change my life and therefore have a different story. However, it's easier to change the story than it is to actually change your life or your behavior in a certain way. So so one of my techniques in coaching is to ask people to imagine, okay, the story is different. What's the new story? What's the story you'd like to be telling about yourself? And so when they tell that story out loud and they say it out loud, it becomes slightly less dangerous, less risky, less scary to think about actually making the change, because you've changed the story. Now maybe you can make the actual change in your real life. It's still all scary stuff. Change is always scary, but the story and the identity and changing the story, they're all, and actually making behavior change, it's all connected.